With that, both players are ready to go, and we can finally get Wednesday Warzone. Oh no, Redshirt hangs a J piece and doesn't get the other J piece, and that's going to be an early top out for Redshirt. And Redshirt is currently leading, but oh, Tetris Time's board getting a bit high here. Gonna need to take some burns. Hangs a square, hangs a bar, and that's gonna be it for Tetris Time. 456. Board is getting dangerous here for Tetris Time. Needs a bar, doesn't get it! Tetris Time tops out at 286, and Redshirt has pulled it off! Both players are ready to go for game number 1 of this Division 1A match. It's a clash of titans, and only one can stay standing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris! Scuti needs to make a last-minute Genesis sign-up. Does he? Interesting. That's the one thing. Like, one day, like, if I somehow get, like, massively rich, or, like, have enough money to, like, be able to travel regularly, like, I want to go to every single event I can, but I'm not rich. Nowhere near even close. I'm scraping pennies just to move in a couple months. And budgeting for CTWC and other events as well. But we'll make it. We'll make it. Don't worry about it. That too, Bird Up Beer as well. I agree. Budget for all the important things. Random stuff of me. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. You're all here watching Classic Tetris League. This is the premier place to be for League-related Classic Tetris action. We have a season happening pretty much as often as possible. It's an almost non-stop Tetris action, and if you want to catch up with the latest news in relation to it, or just want to join a very friendly, welcoming, and easygoing, fun community, we do have a Discord server. You'd be up to date with all the latest announcements on matches and anything else going on in the Tetris world, really. You can join that Discord by going to that link right there. Is anyone live playing? I'm trying to redo my Restreamed setup. If you can't find anyone who's playing live, Jay, a good thing that you can do as an alternative is go into some old VODs. Either some old VODs of yourself, or some old VODs of someone else. Like, who I usually like to use someone who you know is always, like, good with stencils. Like, me. I usually have my stencil pretty much perfect, so if you want to use someone's old VOD, use mine. Even though I usually get rid of a lot of my VODs, because they either play too badly that I'm embarrassed by them, or they just go away on their own. The only Tetris server that matters is BeepoMonk. I'm not in BeepoMonk, and I don't intend on ever being in BeepoMonk. Not that I have anything against anyone in BeepoMonk. It just doesn't seem like the place for me. And that's not in, like, a bad way or anything. It just... I don't know. 292 for Scuti, 240 for Cobra. Yeah, nice roof burn. I agree. Scuti with a clean board, Cobra with not so much of a clean board, but is low enough to be able to maintain a solid control over the board. Your VODs always get deleted after a week. Highlight them. You should highlight your VODs. I don't highlight my VODs, mainly because I forget to, but I'm going to get in the habit of doing it more. Because if you highlight your VODs, they don't go away. Both players in a bit of a drought here. Cobra's finally going to get a bar for a dirty Tetris. And Scuti's going to get a Tetris as well here. Still leading 365 to Cobra's 300. And one more thing to... Well, two more things to plug. The Match Arena, of course. We're still sitting at $300 on the prize pool for Division 1. if you'd like to contribute and maybe see our best players this season walk away with a nice prize at the end of their hard work and dedication, you can do so by following that link. Let's see if we can get to 350, possibly, or even more. Not only will you be supporting the players, but you'll also have mine and the CTL team's utmost gratitude forever and ever. And one more thing to plug is me. If you enjoy this or want to see more of what I do, you can go to my Twitch channel. I restream most days. If Annie Shark hasn't taken everything by then, I do try to restream every day. Twitch.tv/AdamIrish experience. It's a cool time. It's fun. We do everything. CTL, CTM, TNP, whatever you can think of, I'll restream it at some point. It's utmost. I said utmost. Did I say, did it cut out or something? I said utmost. Well, players on level 19, 578 to Cobra's 485. You might have heard like upmost or something. I have no idea, but I have a pop filter for this mic, but it doesn't fit right and keeps falling off. Like, I got it to stand earlier today, and then it fell off when I was testing it. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you need to get your ears cleaned, Short Sword. Cobra's quite high up on the board. Doesn't get the bar over, and that's gonna be it. Just like that, Cobra's done at 537, and Scuti is gonna take game 1. GG's. So let's get game 2 underway. Scuti with a 1-0 lead. Can Cobra respond? Let's see. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. What's M again? I think it's Mike? Pretty sure it's Mike in NATO alphabet. Almost certain. I mean, I had to learn the full NATO alphabet for my job. But I think it's Mike. Let's see, Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo Foxtrot Golf Hotel India Juliet. I'm not gonna name the whole NATO alphabet off here. I'd be sounding like some like recruiter or whatever. Unless chat wants me to. But I'd rather commentate at first. 114 for Scuti. Perfect start after 5 Tetris's Cobra 94. Q is Quebec. Oh, and Cobra's capture is frozen here. M is for military. Oh, now the capture's back. Welcome back, capture. Good to see you. Hashtag Cobra things. True. Yeah, no, M is for Mike, Bird Up, in the NATO alphabet. But, bit of a square burst here for Cobra. Does get a Tetris, though. Scuti is doing some cleanup. He is for Tetris. I agree. Like, imagine, like, being in the military and, like, you're, like, giving out orders, like, Tetris Lima Alpha! Boom! Tetris. Vince Hike. As a WWE fan, the only ones I know are Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield. Those times. That was a fun, but also not fun time to be a WWE fan, like the whole Shield thing. But I will say, like, I have good memories from like that era of WWE. It's for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. F is for respect. That's true as well. That is also true as well, Annie Shark. I'm not sure if Scuti is singing the fun song or not. He's singing something. But yeah, SpongeBob music is a banger. So many classics. 358 for Scuti, 397 for Cobra. Scuti's gonna get a Tetris there. It's for the grade I give my stacking. No, literally me. Same here, Ron. Scuti's generation had the fun song. No, Somalian, you're making me feel so old. Stop. Like saying, oh, their generation had a song that I also grew up with. Like, no. You cannot make me feel that old, Somalian. I don't allow you to do that. Yeah, he's saying like, I can read. 498 for Scuti, 453 for Cobra. If anything, SpongeBob is millennial coded. Gen Z as well. Like, I grew up with SpongeBob. Like, yeah, I'm not exactly like as young as half of the people in this community. Like, I'm 21, but I grew up with SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. Classic SpongeBob is like my favorite like cartoons and like TV shows, period. But I suppose like the original run like of SpongeBob in terms of like watching it for the first time, yeah, I'd say that's millennial because that was like early, like late 90s, early 2000s. 21 years old. No, I'm not an unk yet. Stolen short sword. Not yet. I'm not unk. I'm not unk. 615 for Blue Scuti. And Cobra has one more Tetris in the chamber before 19. Tetris for Scuti. And another Tetris for Scuti. Cobra goes in at 616. So only 1,000 points separate these two's transition score into 19, which indicates to us that even though Scuti's ahead by 2 Tetris, this is an incredibly close game. I'm not young like you guys, says the 21. But no, but Nels, you have to understand, like, this community, like, there's, like, I can't remember who said it. Like, in this community, you're either 10, you're 20, or you're 50. There's no in between. Yeah, that was the same here, Hydrant. That was how I grew up. Like, their peak years in terms of like the quality of like those TV shows and like, oh no, Cobra suddenly tops out at 677 and Scuti 762 is gonna take game number 2 here, and now Scuti's at match point. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Wait, you don't have those, do you, Adam? No. Well, we don't have baseball in the Isle of Man. We don't have a single baseball field. That being said, I do like watching baseball every once in a while. That's like one of the few things that you Americans have that that I do enjoy. I think baseball is cool. I like baseball. I have what's that game? What was it? Oh, Super Mega Baseball, I think, is the name of it. I have that game, and I like it. I really like it a lot. Cobra's capture. Okay, Cobra's capture's back. No one really cares about baseball. I thought that was like the national sport of the U.S. surely NFL is. But like, and like, when I mean like national sport, I mean like a sport that's like completely, like almost universally associated with the, like, I think baseball is more culturally connected than American football, because American football is kind of just rugby with more rules. Yeah, America's pastime, exactly. It's an NFL country. Yeah, I suppose. Oh no, I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you, Kafkas. Japanese baseball is... Scuti 185, Cobra 187. Scuti is looking for a bar to put in the center here. Not quite getting it. Does finally get it. Nice triple, and gets the bar in, and gets another bar in there, and opens back up the well just like that. Brilliant stacking and resolving from Scuti there. And bar over gets a Tetris. If you find a random person, they're way, way more likely to care about their local football team than their baseball team. But that's the thing, though. Because isn't it like in America, isn't like a lot of your football teams, like their stadiums are like way out? Like a lot of them are usually not even in the city they're based in. Like isn't like some football teams where like their stadiums are like in other states or other cities? Meanwhile, baseball is kind of like more like deep-rooted in a community. Because I saw this really... Not necessarily all sports. Because I saw this video about like American football stadiums and like American stadiums in general and how kind of oddly dystopian they are. And like, that kind of applies, but baseball, I think a lot of times can be the exception to that, because a lot of them are sort of older and sort of more like actually in the cities they're based in. Yeah, owners don't care, of course. But enough about that. More about Tetris. 406 for Scuti, 400 for Cobra. Both players with a clean board. Scuti looking for a couple of tucks here. Cobra gets a Tetris. Scuti now looking for a T-spin. Just not getting that T-piece. Finally does get the T-piece. Gets the T-spin. And gets a bar for a single. Gets another single and another to open back up the well here. Tetris for Scuti. Nice split double there for Cobra. Another Tetris for Scuti. Now takes the lead, 456 to Cobra's 450. Tetris for Cobra. Scuti setting up a Vitz here. Bit of a drought now. Does get the bar, gets the Vitz, and gets another bar for a Tetris. And Tetris for Cobra as well. And another Tetris for Cobra, nearly back-to-back there for Cobra in the lead. Switching back and forth between the two players here. 531 Scuti, 546 for Cobra here. Scuti with a bar dependency in column 3. Has to be careful here, but he's gonna set up for a dirty Tetris here. Scuti's going for it, but look at that drought counter. Does get the bar for a Tetris. That was risky, but it paid off. And Scuti goes into 19, 562. And Cobra gets the bar for a Tetris, 580. So Cobra with a slightly better transition. But it's less than a Tetris separating them, so it's still unbelievably close. But if I cared about American sports more, which I don't really because I don't live there, I think if I did, I'd be a baseball person. Because like I've tried to watch American football, it's just not my thing. Like I get why you guys are crazy about it, but it's not my thing. Scuti 725, Cobra 745. The lead is still going back and forth between these two players here. No, you're 100% right, Kingsman. You're absolutely 100% right. Like, who needs any of these? Like, you got sports, but what about the sports entertainment? Come on now. But yeah, WWE is where it's at. Tetris for Scuti. Mo player still going very strong here. Tetris or Cobra? You're probably watching a Jets game and think that's what we are. Nah. I don't think so, anyway. Tetris for Cobra. Both players are approaching max out territory, and Scuti gets there first. Max out in 26. AO3 to Cobra's 937. No, the Tetris for Scuti. Tetris or Cobra responding right back. And Tetris again for Cobra. Max out in 26 as well. AO5. Scuti is 9 lines ahead. And Cobra's 2.5 Tetrises back. So this is pretty even at the moment, honestly. But Cobra's board getting a bit dangerous here. Needs a bar. Takes a single with it. Needs to burn and burn quick now. Cobra could use a bar. Does get a bar for a Tetris. That will help bring the board down. Scuti, B75. Cobra, A81. Yeah, I'm very excited about that as well, King. Very excited to see. I think he'll be a star too. Scuti, B83. Cobra, B21. Scuti's done. Too high up. Gonna top it at B83. Cobra needs B84. Cobra needs a bar. More importantly, doesn't get the bar. And that's going to be it for Cobra. B25. Great effort from Cobra, but that will mean the sweep will go to Scuti, and that makes it 5 from 5. Scuti is on a roll. Can anyone stop him? That is the question. If Cobra can't, who will? But still with 2 matches to go against Miles and Neko. No bar at all, though, for Cobra, until it was too late. Winner scene. Oh yeah, that's a thing. Well, first let's show off the smiley face. Do I have the winner scene set up correctly?
114,000 for pretty much both our players. Basically, identical scores, identical burns. Okay, I think Miles is now finally taking a small lead. Couple less burns, and was able to use that longbar for a Tetris to take the lead, 160 to 139. Obviously, early goings here. Beautiful Z-spin from Miles, and a key tuck as well. Very well handled situation there for Miles. I need to get better at seeing the key tuck generally. Red shirt not able to solve the same way, as burning kind of high up now. Has the long bar dependency on the right side, holding out for this long bar. Gets the long bar all the way over. That will save this game, but still has some work to do. That was the same P sequence that Miles actually had the Z spin in the key tuck that kind of hung Redshirt's board a little bit. Getting a little high even for a roller now. This is getting to be an uncomfortable board. Hoping for a long bar. It does get a long bar all the way right. That's good. Still needing some good pieces to get out of this. And this burn is going on 20 plus lines now, so this is a lot of pain, but unfortunately Miles kind of stuck in a dig as well, so has not really been able to take advantage. Both players have just been kind of doing what they can to stay clean here. There's a Tetris for Redshirt. Sigh of relief. Takes the lead at 220, 215 for Miles. Both players, this P sequence must be very punishing as both master players are struggling here. Trying to get clean. Redshirt is clean, ready to roll here. Miles just about clean here. Would now just needs a long bar for this Tetris to get out of his dig. 245 now takes the lead. Roughly a 1 Tetris lead for Miles as we go into a little over halfway to the level 19 transition. Line 82 to line 80. Dirty setup, column 3 for Redshirt. Waiting on the long bar. Gets it. That is 6 off the bottom. Column 4 for Redshirt. And another to go to 294. Miles is clean. Waiting for a long bar. Gets the long bar. Tetris to 275. Down about 1 Tetris. As we are at the turn. Stolen short side saying Suffer Seed. Well handled. Redshirt not happy with the state of the board right now. Shaking his head. Almost like a DAS player. Certainly not playing right now like a DAS player. I don't think a DAS player could have survived some of those situations that they were in earlier. But still having to take a lot of compromises on the board here. Still up 349, 345. Both these players locked in a close one here. Has been kind of a struggle just to score and stay clean. But Redshirt up. About 2 Tetrises now. 1 Tetris difference between the players. We are 10-ish lines away from transition. Once again, both players struggling just to keep the board clean. 403 for Redshirt. 375 for Miles, so a lot of head shaking, but Redshirt's the one with the lead right now. 2 lines away from transition. Looking to get clean here. Maybe gonna try to build off the bottom here, but there's really no burns to give, so it's gonna go ahead and transition in at 411. 403 from Miles, so Miles less than 1 Tetris difference. There's another Z spin. Set up for a Tetris now. Waiting on the long bar. Building high. There's the Tetris to go to 433. Redshirt at 464, so has managed to score a couple Tetrises here in the post speeds of 19, as opposed to the post speeds of 29. Which we'll see at 230 lines in, I believe. 510 for Miles, so Miles has taken a slight lead, but back and forth to go. Whoever Tetris is next will be in the lead effectively. Aggressive setup there from Redshirt, but gets rewarded for the Tetris and goes to 547. Another one to go to 575. Both players separated by less than a Tetris and literally trading leads back and forth. 603,000, 564, 592 now for Miles. Long bar dependency, column 8, one off the bottom. Trying to hold out for it, not going to be able to do it. Just going to have to take some burns in the process. Fills them all in. It was about a 4-line, 5-line burn sequence for Miles. 597, 660 for Redshirt. 629, 670. Into 23 we go here. Good scores. Still both potentially could get to maxes before 29. If the seed would allow it, it has been quite a suffer seed for both players. But both players are clean now. Stacked for Tetris is waiting for the long bar. There it is. 761. Redshirt taking a slight lead here. 690 for Miles. That was a drought, but is now good for Tetris. 728, 765 for Redshirt. Redshirt getting another Tetris 805 into 16. Definitely on pace for a max here, 837 to 731. There's a long bar for Miles to get another Tetris. Almost back-to-backs now. Both players with nice looking stacks. Trying to be efficient here to make up for that rough 18 start. Redshirt shaking their head, trying to hold out for the right pieces. Had to cover 843 to 830. Every burn is going to make a difference here as the players are just separated less than a Tetris. Miles going to take the lead there with that Tetris, but then Redshirt takes it right back at 877. 10,000 point difference between these players. Board climbing for Redshirt, gets a long bar. Level 28 is here. We are just about at transition number 2, and both players are pushing for that max here. 907 for Miles, 954 for Redshirt. Board climbing for Redshirt, has one more burn to give, is gonna go in kind of high here. Needs a long bar right now, gonna hang the J, and then gonna top out at 961. So 962 Miles is good for game number 1. What a game. Just kind of everything, just nothing came easy that game, but that was enough for Miles. Miles clean, made it through to the second transition, so that is enough to take game number 1. Yeah, it was rough drought in transition. Well played from both players, but especially Miles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. We're off. Seeds look the same to me, so it's one thing, like, you know, Nestor's Champs does a good job of kind of taking a lot of the mystery out of the guesswork of, like, you know, commentating Tetris, but the one thing it doesn't do is let you know if you're on the same seed. The irony of that is kind of just hilarious to me. I don't have to do a bunch of mental math, but now I have to, like, check the pieces myself. 29,000 for Miles, 24,000 for Redshirt, who's in a bit of a dig. Few holes, about 7 off the bottom. Uncovers one of them. We'll be going to work to uncover the one that's 7 and 6 off the bottom. Almost there here. Need some good pieces. Not getting them though. My goodness, this is a kind of crazy board. Lots of jaggedness. Had a bowl shape there in the middle and nothing to put it in. Nothing to put in there nicely, cleanly. So still going to continue this dig for a bit. Currently at 44,000, but Miles isn't particularly clean either. Does manage to get a Tetris there. 100,000 to 44,000 for Redshirt. There's a Tetris for Miles. Is clean now. 127,000, so has definitely handled this early sequence a little bit more cleanly. That was a really, really cool bridge burn there from Miles. Had a T-tuck set up and ended up just kind of cleanly burning that away with a J. Nifty solve. Redshirt now clean. 98,000, only down 1.5 Tetrises here. Pretty early going though, only line 40. Miles having to take some compromises, and the board has a long bar dependency. Does get that. Would love an L. Gets plugs it anyways. Now has a dirty, of course. 3 off the bottom, holding out for a long bar here. Column 3, 4 off the bottom. Column 3 rather, taking some good burns here. But where is this? We're in a small drought here for Miles. Gonna take a delayed triple. There's the long bar, of course, naturally. Now it's 2 long bar dependencies, so this center well is biting Miles a little bit. Does finally get the Tetris though. Is up 1 Tetris. Redshirt's gonna tie it up here though. 162 to 168. Miles with a tiny lead and is just about clean. A couple more burns should do it. Needs the long bar on the left. Where's the long bar on the left? There it is. Gonna set up for something? I don't know what's going on here. That would only be a triple. Okay, there's a triple for Miles. Yeah, that was only a triple. I think Miles thought that was going to be a Tetris. That was a Tetris. 200,000, 209,000. But guess what? This is a tie game, and Redshirt's in a dig. 211, 224. 234 now for Miles. Basically, yeah, it's a half Tetris difference here. Redshirt in a slight lead as we approach the turn. Maybe there's some Colin seeds of all time. Yeah, I knew it would be. Did you see? Look at the pin seed. The pin seed is 899077. That's the suffer seed. It's an all number seed. Also, it's an omen stream, therefore it's going to be a suffer stream. I'm not quite to the level of Colin yet, but I have noticed you either PB or you just struggle. That seems to be like kind of like average games when I seem to catch restreams. I feel bad for the players because it's like, either killing it or you're just like, the board's not doing what I want at all. But these players, they're making everything work. Look at this, they're all clean. They're making it work, scoring Tetrises neck and neck, in fact, 100 lines in for these players as they are approaching the first transition. 372, 361. Redshirt has not stopped jawing at the screen. And it's... I'm not going to say I'm amused at someone's pain, because I'm not. I'm not really amused at someone's pain, but it is just an unfortunate seed. Let's just say it has been a struggle to just score here. That long bar is going to help out Redshirt. Going to try to build two off the bottom. Oh, the hole on the left side, though, is just kind of a scary board. Miles is clean. 32-piece drought here. Oh my gosh! What is going on? Both players trying to hold out. There it is. Finally, back-to-backs there for Miles to go to 439, 407 for Redshirt. Still built two off the bottom. Gonna transition into off the bottom as well. With that, Tetris goes to 433. And Miles has got two more burns to give. There's one. 436. Redshirt needing a long bar left. Board getting kind of crazy. Miles in at 448. This board getting very dangerous. There's that dirty Tetris for Redshirt. Trying to get down to the bottom, but that hole is just annoying. Miles stacking up high here for Tetris does get it. 500,000, so half a max now for Miles. 488 for Redshirt. Is now almost down to the bottom of this burn. Well done from Redshirt to survive and get through that, but is now down about a Tetris and a half. Good T-tuck there. And simul Tetris pretty much. 518 for Redshirt, 554 for Miles. Miles is clean and ready to go, as is Redshirt. Tetris is for both players. And another one from Miles, 608. So still about a 2 Tetris lead, 2 to 3 Tetris lead here. Redshirt having to take some compromises in their board. We'll get to work trying to clean this up. 578, 637. Chen, you are single-handedly ruining their FMs. Oh my goodness. 586 now. 669. Hey now from Miles. Counters up 3. 593 for Redshirt. Another drought. That was another 30. That was like at least the fourth one that was like 20 plus pieces. 626, another drought forming again. Miles holding out for something. Taking some good burns here. There's the Tetris for Miles, who's behind the lane count, so another Tetris to go. 775, level 25, 690, so that's a 69 for Redshirt. Hey now counters at 4. 772 to 806. Still close match here. Both players trying to just stay clean and not get burned by these droughts that keep happening. Redshirt does manage to hold out for that long bar and get the Tetris. 598. Or sorry, 798 for Redshirt, 874 for Miles, level 26. These players doing their thing here. Level 28 for Redshirt actually is about to transition in here. 9 more lines. Put some holes in their board halfway up the stack. Gonna have to try to get this down the next couple lines. Pieces starting to cooperate just enough. Still a little high. Needs to get something left. Does get the pieces they need left. Almost clean is clean. Long bar dependency gets filled. Level 29 speeds here. Level 30. 854. But hangs a few pieces. Oh no! Are they gonna be the only thing left? Does get a long bar left, but that's not gonna be enough. Needs another long bar. Long bar never comes. 863 Redshirt flipping a lid here. As Miles has taken game number 2 with over 1 million. It's gonna be a good game from both players, but once again, Miles gonna be up 2-0. And Redshirt is ready to roll for the next one already. Take 3. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris.